feeling like it's a situation you're never going to get out of. This can cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. You're kind of like in a place of, living in fear, like not knowing what's around the corner, not knowing if this is your last meal, not knowing if this is going to be your last time, living in a home, like if you're about to be homeless. There's a lot of stressors in that. And like I said before, it's not even the fact of not necessarily having those resources, because, most likely you're not going to have those resources. Your main focus is to survive. That's it. And this is kind of like, it's not kind of like, a good example of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So at that very foundation of like the needs that we have as human beings, that's the physiological needs. So that's things like air, having fresh water to drink, having food, having shelter, like basic needs, safety, having some sort of resources, stable employment, having your own property. Then above that being love and belonging. So having those relationships with like your friends and family, having intimacy, feeling like you have a place in this world, feeling that you're loved and you belong. And then the tier above that being esteem, so how you feel about yourself. Do you feel respected? Do you feel that you have value? And then the last top tier is self-actualization. So striving to be the best person you can be. If I'm not getting those basic needs met, if I'm worried about whether this is my last meal, if I'm worried about whether I have a place to live tomorrow, if I'm worried about, being able to afford clothes or hygiene products, none of that other shit is gonna matter. So it's not to say that mental health isn't gonna be important, but it's not as crucial of a thing to worry about, especially if you're trying to survive. And that's what also, sucks the most, is because in going through all that stress and trying to survive, mental health is something that should be, taken care of. But, if that's not something you're able to afford, that's not going to be, the first thing that you're worried about. And this is why mental health is so important for the people who aren't particularly able to